It's a struggle to be real. Society, for some reason, doesn't want people to be real. People become nervous when they see people becoming real. I don't know if it's because they are challenging themselves, they're challenging society. I'm not sure, but I know that being real was something that I've always strived for. And every time I would tiptoe closer and closer and closer to being real, something would happen to knock me back down to being fake. High school baseball was a place where I attempted to be real, but at the same time, I knew I couldn't be too real because, as a matter of fact, I'm on a baseball team. I'm on a high school baseball team. I'm a teammate with lots of people. We rely on each other. We depend on one another to make the cohesion happen, to win games, to lift each other up. So I would do my best to be the role model, typical male baseball player. It lasted 2 weeks. I think my very first practice in high school baseball, I showed up in makeup. Not a lot of makeup because, you know, I'm playing a sport and you don't want to go all out. I mean, I don't want to look like Dolly Parton out on a ball field. I just went casual with it, a little bit of eyeliner, and that was it. I'm sure people noticed. They had to have noticed because it was eyeliner. But you know, for some reason in high school, I was never bullied by the first classmate. I was never bullied or teased by my first teammate. None of that stuff happened. I don't know all the reasons as to why that is, because I was certainly at the right phase to be bullied. I would sit in my classrooms with my female classmates and paint my nails. I would just completely ignore the teacher. I would be so engrossed in becoming the real Kelly Jenkins that I would ignore the biology class, ignore the teacher, and sit in there with the other girls and paint my nails. That's how strong this drive is. You're willing to give up your education, you're willing to do anything to become real. Being transgendered is kind of, I don't know, everything I looked at in life is through a transgendered veil. Anytime I see anything gendered, I walk into a bathroom and it says male or female. Well, I'm still trying to decide where at on that gender spectrum I fit. I know I'm female, but there's a lot of male attributes to me, a lot of things that are male that I enjoy about my life. I don't want to present as a male. I don't want the world to talk to me as a male. I want the world to see me as a female. But there is this male side of me. And in high school baseball, I got to be both male and female. I would go to practices, like I said, in makeup. I would never go to a game in makeup. But I think one of the reasons I wasn't bullied in school was because I was really good at baseball, really good at it. I was all-state, set batting records, excellent fielder, and so all through high school, baseball was my saving grace. It was the thing that kept me going. It was the thing that brought me happiness. There wasn't many other times that happiness was found while I was in high school, but during baseball season, I was on. I was an athlete first, a human second, and transgendered third. But like everybody else, you grow up and high school goes behind you. It becomes a distant memory. The day I left high school was the day I quit sports for 6 years. Those were a tough 6 years because sports were truly my salvation, my saving grace. They were the one place where I excelled. I had excellent hand-eye coordination, excellent running skills, just an athlete. I loved sports. If it could be thrown or caught or hit or shot, I was going to do it. The sports were taken away from me and that void had to be filled. And I did some very self-destructive things to fill that void. I had no guidance from my family on my life. They were as baffled by me as I was baffled by me. We just never communicated about it. So whenever the emotions of my existence became so overwhelming that I couldn't handle it anymore, I turned to drugs. Lots of drugs. Because as much as I hate to say this, and I never condone using drugs, ever, that was one coping skill that I had. I couldn't go to a therapist, nobody knew who to talk to. I couldn't go to my family, who was I going to talk to there? I couldn't talk to my peers because, Lord, they were as confused about my existence also as I was. But when I took drugs, all of that got dampened. There was like this huge wave that just would wash over me and push me being transgendered away. It would push the anxiety away. It would push the fear away. It would push everything away. During that time, I also went hyper-masculine. Hyper-masculine. No more makeup, no more long hair, anything like that. Grew a full beard, buffed up man-like, would go camping, drink beer, smash beer cans against my forehead, shoot guns off into the air. Everything that a bunch of redneck countrymen from East Tennessee would do. And I thought, this is it. If I push myself hard enough, if I just go man, 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 I'm going to become a man. It doesn't work that way. If you're born transgendered, you're born transgendered. You can hide it, you can push it down, you can squash it, but it's going to be there. Just like with anything else, if you're a writer and you're not writing right now and you're pushing it down, it's going to come up. You're going to write. You're going to be anxious about it. If you are anything you can imagine, if you are not being true to yourself during that, it's going to eat you up. And that was still happening with me.